Hi, I'm Councillor Rebecca Hanson, and in this video I'm going to explain how to set up a small community support group for the coronavirus COVID-19 crisis for your street with a Facebook page or a similar social media page and leaflets to be dropped to every house. With 1.5 million people being asked to self-isolate for 12 weeks today and pictures of nurses and other health workers being unable to get food, it is absolutely crucial that we get organised at the local community level, and that needs to be into smaller and smaller groups. So people have been asking me, how do I set up my group? And I've been giving personal explanations, but it seemed wise to make a video so that as many of you as possible can have access to the information about how to do this. So what you will need is a computer or a laptop, a basic knowledge of Facebook, a printer and some paper, and a phone. And if you have those things, you're going to be fine. In this video, I'm going to explain how to set up your Facebook group, get your leaflets out, and make your Facebook group work. So let's get going with setting up your Facebook group. First of all, open up Facebook on your laptop or your computer. You may be able to do this on your phone, but I find it easier on a computer, and these instructions are for a computer. So click on Create and then select Group. Next, you need to name your group, and I suggested you name it with the name of the street that it's for or the small community that it's for, and also add a local town so you know it's going to be uniquely identifying your locality. Keep your group settings to private to protect the privacy of vulnerable residents who may post in it or be discussed in it. You'll also need to keep track on the group membership to make sure that they are local residents or people you know for the same reason. And click on Create. Now, if you've got this far, you're going to be okay, because I have actually created the Your Street Name Town group on Facebook, and you can go there and join that group and get some help if you get stuck. So keep going. Now we're going to customize your group a bit to make it work better. If you click on the internet address bar at the minute, you're going to get something like this with a terrible group name with loads of numbers in. So that's one of the things we're going to change. So to do that, you need to open up your group and click on the 3 dots and more button, and then click on Edit Group Settings. First of all, let's change the description of your group, which should be something along these lines: community support for the residents of and your street name town. You can add a location. Simply open the Add Location option and type in your local town or city, and it should appear, and you can click on it and then click on Save. Now at this point, I want to make you aware of a potential glitch with Facebook. Sometimes it might not look like the slides I'm giving you look. If so, just close your Facebook page, reopen it, and search for your group, and then it should have updated and these options should then appear. This is particularly true for the next bit. Lots of people get stuck here. So next thing we want to do is to customize your Facebook group address so that when you print out flyers, it's a sensible address. So go to Customize Address and then type in an address that's simply your street name and town, something really obvious but uniquely identifying your group, and click on Customize Address. Okay, other things we want to edit in settings while we're here. Membership approval. I would recommend only admins and moderators, because then you're going to notice whenever someone new joins the group, and you can send a message to personally welcome them and chat to them and find out who they are. Post approval is optional. It's up to you as to whether you're going to let everyone post. I would suggest you do, but it's there to change if that doesn't work for you. And finally, click on Save on your settings to make sure they apply. And this yellow bar should appear to show you that your changes have been saved. You also need to click on your web address again to check that it has become the sensible web address that you wanted. And if it hasn't, that might be because you need to close the Facebook page and open it again and find your group again, and then it may well have updated. And then you're going to be able to copy that address into your flyer, and it's going to be easy for people who are reading it in print to type it into their computers or phones. So that's your group basically set up. Well done if you've got that far. If not, come to the Your Street Name Town Facebook group and ask for help. Next, you need to create some flyers and get them out in your street. I've posted a template flyer in the Your Street Name Town Facebook group, so you can just go to that group and download it. It's pinned to the top of the group, and then you can adjust it to suit your needs. That's just been done in Microsoft Word. Here it is, if you just want to be able to see the text for inspiration as to what to write. And then you need to deliver your leaflets, obviously observing social distancing and absolute hygiene and following all directions as to whether you are yourself allowed to do that. Remember, you might not be the right person for this job, in which case try and motivate someone else to do it in your street, please. Then either by the time you get back or pretty soon afterwards, you're going to get people applying to join your group. So first of all, you should create a post. I recommend one like this. And then as people apply to join, accept their applications and in the comments to that post, welcome them and ask them to introduce themselves. And when they reply, thank them for their reply. And then I suggest you do 3 more things during the first day or so of your group. Firstly, you want to add at least 1 more moderator to your group so that someone else can manage it if you're not around and they can share the load. Make sure you ask the person first. You can send them messages by messenger, that's fine. And also tell them to welcome any people that they allow into the group in the way that you're doing. Then click on the members tab to the left of your group. You should be able to see all your members, and if you click on the 3 dots to the right of the member that you're making a moderator, you'll be able to do that with the menus that drop down. So that's the first thing. Second thing, write a social post. Maybe ask people for interesting stories about the history of your street or the local area. Maybe ask people how many loo rolls they've got hoarded. Anything. Get it going, get the conversation started. And thirdly, try to map out your street or the small community you've put together and work out who's in every house and which house every person in your Facebook group is linked to, so you start to have complete oversight of your small community. One extra thing, do keep an eye on any larger groups for your area, and by your area I mean your local authority. It's not just that there may be posts in them that you'd like to share in your small group, it's also that over the next week or so you should expect that areas will be getting properly organised, and they will need to have oversight of everyone, and so they'll be wanting to link to people like you to have detailed oversight of small areas. So keep an eye out for that news. I'm the County Councillor for Cockermouth Town Centre, and I'd just like to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Joe Crozier and Brian Mitchell-Hill and all the volunteers associated with Cockermouth Emergency Response Group who are doing an amazing job. There should be leaflets landing at every house round about now. Behind them we've got a fantastic county team who are trying to link everything up and ensure we've got coverage of every household in every area. There are uncountably many fabulous organisations that are getting organised and are feeding information into the emergency response group. And of course there's the fabulous Carolyn Otley who organises the voluntary sector and the charitable sector and seems to do a million other things that help make everything function properly in our area. So I have huge confidence in what's going on in Cockermouth. One of the reasons it's running so well is because we've got a long history of flooding and emergencies, so we're really well geared up to emergency situations. So if you're a councillor and you're not in Cockermouth and you want to chat about what's going on and what good practice is, please do join the Your Street Name Town Facebook group and start any conversation that you'd like to have. I'm Councillor Rebecca Hanson, and if you'd like to find my future YouTube videos like this, it's best to click on subscribe to the channel and then click on the bell when that appears. But I should warn you that most of my videos are about primary maths teaching. Good luck with your group. I really hope you enjoy running it. All sorts of things are becoming possible. Thank you for running it. Please let us know how it goes in the comments on this video or in the Facebook group. And also please post your questions and suggestions. Bye for now.